Good afternoon. Welcome to the Clovis Community College Inclusive Pinning Ceremony for the nursing program. Thank you all for taking the time to come out and help us celebrate with our students. We're so proud of their accomplishments. We're so excited to see where they're going to go. It's a great day to come out and just to wish them congratulations. Before we go any further, I'd like to recognize a couple of very special guests from our Board of Trustees. Mr. Terry Martin, member of the Board of Trustees. And Mr. Raymond Mondragon, Chair of the Board of Trustees. These gentlemen work really hard on our behalf, and so I'm really pleased that they could be here with us this afternoon. I'd like to say just a couple of words to the graduates before we really get started. I've watched a lot of you guys as you've been struggling through the program, and I don't mean struggling because it's too hard for you academically, but I know it's really stressful. I know it's really stressful. And, you know, college is stressful in general, but when I watch nursing students and look at the amount of work that you guys have to do, how quickly you have to learn things, how quickly you have to apply what you learn, and how high the stakes are. You know, I'm an English major, so if I make a mistake, somebody might think I sound stupid or something, but it's not nearly as big a deal as if one of you guys makes a mistake. So we are so proud of how hard that you've worked. I know that you've been taught by what I would consider the best nursing faculty around, so we know that you're well prepared, and I know that you're ready to get out there and get to work. But I would like to encourage you to go on and get your bachelor's degree. So you may want to take, a little bit of time and kind of get your feet under you, but not too much. Keep on going and keep doing the best job that you can. We look forward to watching your success.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our pinning ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce all of the faculty that's on stage and off of stage. So right now on stage, I would like to recognize the nursing faculty that have taught the inclusive and year-round students. Now, I would like to just talk a little bit about the differences in these programs, because we have a traditional program that goes fall, spring, fall, spring. But this group of VRN graduates are our last, what we would call the inclusive program. So what they did is they have taken prerequisites along with nursing classes all 6 semesters. And as Dr. Raleigh said, school is hard, but as all of you know in this room, nursing school is very hard. Taking prerequisites with our nursing classes is very, very, very hard. And they're actually what we would call our last inclusive group. And then our year-round group, they're coming in with the same requirements that our traditional group does, but they have what we call a scheduling option. So they do some theory one semester and they do a clinical in the summer. So that's kind of divided up just a little bit. So on our stage, I would like to recognize Kristen Benavides, Amy Tyson, Aaron Lockmiller, Camille Jackson, Dr. Aloha Hand, and Lauren Jarrett. Also in our audience, I think we have a traditional instructor, Jana Hackett. I would also like to recognize Misty Padilla. She's our testing coordinator. Susan Wagner is our Success and Transition Advisor. And Denise Schenkel is our secretary in our Allied Health Office, but she cannot be here today. And lastly, I would like to recognize a faculty member that was with us during the fall and in the spring, and then she moved to South Dakota. And she actually sent us a message first thing this morning and told us Happy Pinning Day. And that's from Mrs. Carlson. And she wanted you all to know that she was very, very proud of you and to congratulate you. So congratulations. So we could not have our program if it was not for the relationships that we have and agreements that we have with all of our clinical sites. So this time, I would like to recognize the clinical sites. So if you're here from any of these clinical sites, could you please stand? Plains Regional Medical Center, PMG, Roosevelt General Hospital, Heartland Continuing Care, Clovis Healthcare and Rehab, St. Anthony's, Retirement Ranch, Gentiva, Hospice of the Santias. Is anyone from those agencies here? Well, we'll still go with him. I would like to thank the Gideon ladies for coming and distributing the Bibles to all of our graduates. I would also like to recognize any alumni that have graduated from our nursing program. Will you please stand? I think it's wonderful to be able to see the alumni that's on our stage as well as in our audience, because I think that shows you what quality of a program that we have and that we grow our own and have a record. We could not be where we are today if it wasn't for the whole college. So before the students ever come to us, they go into the main building, they go into admissions, the business office, the library, financial aid, everything. So I would like to recognize anyone that works at Clovis Community College. Would you please stand? It is my great honor to introduce our speaker for today. Her name is Carrie Allen. She is an acute care nurse practitioner with Sunrise Medical Group. She is a native of Melrose, New Mexico. Carrie received her Associate's in Nursing at Clovis Community College in 2002. She then, in 2009, received her Bachelor's at West Texas A&M University. In 2012, she received her Master's at the University of New Mexico. She has spent most of her career as a registered nurse at Dan C. Trigg Hospital from 2002 through 2012. She also worked as a travel nurse for most of those years. She joined Sunrise Medical Group in 2012, where she's been an emergency nurse practitioner and hospitalist at Guadalupe County Hospital. Her hope is that her patients see her quality and compassionate care for rural communities in which she has grown up in. She also has 3 children, ages 22, 19, and 10. Please join me in welcoming Carrie Allen.
Bear with me if I'm a little nervous. This is really my first time to speak in front of a larger audience. When Aloha texted me and asked me if I would speak today, I thought for a minute, and I was like, I guess I said text her back, and then she texted me quickly, and she said, great! And I was like, oh, my goodness, what have I done? So anyways, and I'll have to say something about Shauna. When our first year was her first year of teaching, so we kind of first it together. And she's a magnificent, don't make me cry, teacher and friend. She was just great for us. So you have a great group of teachers here at Clovis Community College. So first of all, thank you for allowing me to speak. Second, I want to say congratulations to you all. What a great accomplishment. What a highlight, right, for your career. And second, I can't let everyone else in the audience go without a congratulations, moms, dads, parents, children, grandparents. I remember those 2 years being very trying. If you have children, or if you're a single parent and you're working full time, it's tough. And so congratulations to you all in the audience, because this is also your day as well. So congratulations. Shauna talked a little bit about myself. I spent most of my career in Tucumcari, and very small facility. It's where I know Kristen. She was there. So she's grown up too. We both grew up, together. So I worked there, a small facility where, you were registered, you were a nurse in the ER, and you were a charge nurse on the floor, and anyways, that's kind of part of my speech in just a minute, but I really was looking forward today, and I talked to my husband, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I said, what am I going to say that you guys are going to take from this, that you'll remember? And he goes, do you really remember what they said at yours? And I said, no, I don't. So I wanted to make sure that, you guys remembered something. And what I thought is, I do remember how I felt that day. The joy and the realization that, yay, I've done it. I don't have to go to clinicals at 5 in the morning and, write a care plan at 2 in the morning, before 5 in the morning. So I hope that you guys take from what I'm saying today and you will remember something from it. I wonder, I wonder if you'll think about how you're feeling, your family coming in from far off, or your kids are here, your parents seeing you, the joy, the tears, the laughter. And then I thought maybe you'll remember the hard times, the study days, the testing center, the early clinical hours, and the care plans, like I mentioned before. But I know that what you will all take from this is something unique, and you guys can take it and put that in your back pocket for, a rainy day. So I know that, beginning now is a feeling of, you were kind of being led, and you were helped by other people, the instructors, the clinical instructors, the nurses at the hospital. So now this is going to be a time of probably complete fear and excitement and scared to death feeling, because now you're going to go and you're not going to have somebody here to say, did you do that? So, that's one of the things I remember, when I first graduated was like, ooh, I'm on my own, right? So what I'm going to tell you is just a little story when I first started nursing. And Kristen, she may not remember the story, but she was there. Maybe not during this time. So when I started being a registered nurse, I worked here as an LPN at the hospital before I got my boards. I took my boards. And on the med-surg floor for about 3 months. And like some of you might have done when you finished your LPN, you went ahead and boarded. I don't know. I did. Because I thought, what if I go past the Army? I'll at least have something, right? So, well, it's true. So anyways, so I worked here for a little bit, and a friend of mine, Gwen Draper, who's the radiology director up there, she called me and she said, hey, they need a nurse at Tucumcari. And they give it, they're doing sign-on bonuses. And I was like, oh, they're giving sign-on bonuses. So I applied, and they called me for an interview. And I went, and this is one of the things that I specifically remember is where I was at during this interview. It was this little room with a small table. Franny was there. Jimmy was there in her dress. She always wore a dress to nurse in. She was an old-fashioned nurse. And I thought, wow, this hospital looks really old. and it was. If anybody's ever been to Tucumcari, it's really nice now, but at that time it was really old. So anyways, during the interview, we talked about my skills and, what I was comfortable with and what I had done. And I'm like, I really haven't done a lot, I've been on med-surg, you do a lot. I mean, as far as what I thought were great skills. So, and then Franny talked about how, what could you bring to us? And what we can give you. So she's talking about what you would do, what I would do if I became a nurse there, and she went on and worked the ER, and sometimes you'd be a charge nurse, and there's a lot of responsibilities, and we have minor surgeries, appies, labs, things like that. And then she said, and we deliver babies. And I went, what? I said, I don't deliver babies. And she goes, no, we deliver babies. And I went, And I thought, the OB rotation is not my funnest. It just wasn't what I wanted to do, right? So, I didn't have joy in it. And I said, no, I don't think you understand me. I don't do OB. And she said, you will if you're hired here. So anyways, to get into my story, I was pretty finished with my orientation. And we did a maybe 6 to 9 week orientation. You followed a nurse on her schedule, did. And Franny taught me, I was in a delivery once, I didn't know a lot, I kind of stood back and watched. And Dr. Faith, who was one of the family doctors, and he practiced OB and took and carried, sent over a young woman for an induction. And I picked up the phone and I called Franny and I said, there's someone here to be induced. And she goes, okay, I'll be in the building. And I'm like, no. So anyways, long story short, I got everything set up and Dr. Faith comes in and he goes, well, she's ready, let's go, and I was like, oh no, I don't think I can do this. I said, I really don't think I can do this. And he took my hand and he goes, why now? Why not now? If not now, when? And I went, okay. And so, went in, had a baby, and a little bit different for us than in a regular OB center area because we're not OB nurses, but we did OB. And we took classes and we had certain, things that we were good at. And anyways, long story short is, he grabbed my hand. When he grabbed my hand, he goes, I'm going to be right here with you. I'll walk you through it. Everything will be fine. And I thought, you know what? I really can do this. I really can do this. We delivered the baby. There was not a hitch. Mom, baby, everything went great. They discharged, And I thought, I really did help deliver. Because in my rotation, and probably with you guys, I really I didn't deliver baby. I was in postpartum care. I was like, I had the after stuff. I didn't, do any of the delivery. So, anyways, I learned at that moment that whatever you have placed in front of you, because right now you're going to feel very scared and inept and not really sure about your skills, but I will tell you that you will come away from this and you'll go into your first job, the first day of your job, and you really can do it. I want you to take, I hope that from this little story, and it's not a heroic story, I didn't want to say anybody's life or anything, but what I took was, I was totally scared to death. You could not have scared me more than with an OB. And now, I loved it. I loved delivering babies. It was one of my favorite things to do. So, I hope you realize that what this story means is that these teachers in this college have prepared you for just that. The words, I really can do this. You're not really going to understand the worth of your education and how much knowledge you have and your skills you have until you actually apply them, which may not be everything all at once. But when you walk out there, you will get a lot from this education, and one of those things I hope is that you know that you really, really can do this. And it's within here that you're probably going to have to build it up and find that courage, that first day to do something weird that you've never done, because there's things that you didn't do in clinical rotations. There's things that I still learn now as a nurse practitioner that I didn't, I'm like, oh, I never did that. So it's gonna be a lifetime long learning process, but it's gonna be so fun and so full of joy and excitement and tears and fears. You're never going to get over that fear factor of something coming into the emergency room that you're not sure how to treat, or how to triage, or what do I need to do? OB, is this baby's heart rate good? Is it bad? I don't know. Does this look good? An EKG, reading an EKG. There's going to be so many things that you will learn as you get out of here, but you will learn them, and you will be successful in them. Because I know, because I've been here behind these guys, and my background and my foundation came from here. came from, I didn't get a foundation from West Texas A&M, and I really didn't get a foundation from UNM. I got it from Clovis Community College. And I think you will know that once you get out and into the real world. So before I close, I just want to tell you a few little thoughts and get off the stage before I run out. So keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. And furthermore, keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. So congratulations to you all, and I hope you a lot of success. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. That was good. You're still setting.
Yeah. Every semester, each of the classes nominate who they would like to speak for their class. And so we have a PN speaker and an RN speaker. So this time our PN speaker will come, Michael Hawkins.
I bet you thought Michael Hawkins was the gentleman that stood up next to me. That's Brandon. Good afternoon, friends, family, and community members. Welcome to the 2016 Summer Nursing Pinning Ceremony. We thank you for taking time to witness this important milestone. When people ask us what nursing school, or how nursing school is going, we shake our heads. Some of us, you know who you are, sigh loudly. We don't want to tell people what it's like. I'm sure there are many colorful adjectives to describe nursing school. Maybe you've used a few. But when you boil it down, it's an adventure. We've traversed peaks and valleys and learned to estimate peaks and troughs. Get it? It's a pharmacology joke. Okay. We fought many a worthy foe and many a Foley catheter. Today, we end the first chapter of what will no doubt be an adventure that lasts for years to come. Start saving for your retirement now, or it will be an even longer adventure for you. Some of us are leaving to start new adventures and take on new challenges, whether it's moving across the country, a journey of self-discovery, or starting a family of your own. We, as your classmates and your friends, could not be prouder of you. For some of us, this is the halfway mark to our degree. A year from now, we'll graduate on this side as RNs. Nursing graduates, if you haven't been told today, you're strong, intelligent people with good heads on your shoulders. And you have the ability to choose what's right for you. I can't wait to see what you choose and where you'll go. Then again, I bet you can't either because you have no idea. So families, thank you for sharing your loved one with us. I know clinicals, classes, and those long study hours can take a lot of your loved one's time, so we truly thank you for being supportive of your nursing graduate. Semester 4 nursing graduates, thank you for being role models to us and leaders for us this summer. They led us in our acute care rotations, and it was a completely different environment for us, and they helped us get our bearings in a new patient care setting. And we wish you the best in your new career, wherever it may take you. Instructors, thank you for teaching us the most correct answer and dealing with our hissy fits when the results weren't in our favor. Thank you for grading paperwork, teaching us skills, and letting us vent even when you thought we were being a little bit dramatic. You're teaching us to be nurses. And our CCC nursing program instructors have been excellent role models and academic confidants. I know more than a few of us have been in an instructor's office with what feels like the weight of the world on our shoulders. And our instructors almost always lessen our load and keep us going. Now, if you're like me, you probably don't get the warm, fuzzy feelings about school. In fact, you might get the antithesis of those feelings. And those long lecture days, the schedules that change and throw off your childcare schedule or your work schedule, commuting to that 6 a.m. clinical, and studying for tests. Planning your whole life around something that may or may not pay off. So, why do we do it? I know there's a plethora of nursing theories, philosophy, and ethics, but they don't explain why we, the class of 2016, are still in this to the end. Patience. Not patience like our instructors have shown us endlessly, but the patience we care for. Sure, sometimes the drive is long and the hours are unending, and the grades feel unfair, but our patients who needed us were taken care of. Whether or not you receive a thank you or you feel like you did enough for them, your patients were cared for. That is your reward. You'll think about them for a time, and they will better your practice. They will also better how you treat others. If no one told you, nursing school has changed you. For me, it changed my motivation. Honestly, I started the program because I wanted a job with a steady paycheck, and I'm not the first, and I'll certainly not be the last. Now, after a year and several clinical rotations, I'm motivated by the lives that I have the privilege to touch. There are so many students today who are standing here changed. So graduates, how has the program changed you? Are you stronger and tougher? Perhaps it broke your shell or made you vulnerable. Maybe you were more independent and self-reliant. However, it changed you. Reflect on your life over this past year. Think about yourself 1 year ago today. You were waiting for your letter. Yeah. And you were trying not to get your hopes up because just maybe you didn't get accepted. You were checking your mail, making backup plans. Maybe you were getting another strike on your scrubs, getting ready for the third semester. Now think about today. Your classmates are sitting around you, and you're about to receive a pin. What have you learned? You might feel like it's pouring out of your ears, and you can't keep it in. You know much more than you think. And if your knowledge fails, you have textbooks and Google. So, I'd like to read a brief quote from an esteemed author an esteemed and award-winning author. This book was published in 1990, and he wrote a message that I believe is appropriate for us today, especially for semester 4s. And if you have a chance, finish the book. It'll take you like 20 minutes. Okay, here's the opening stanza. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. It's Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and now you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where you go. Oh, the places you go. Read it. And in closing, this one's just for you. I apologize because I'm not exactly the best poet. So the best of luck and the best of wishes. May your test go well and your spouse do the dishes. It's not... Yeah, right. Okay. It's not every day that you earn credentials. Just keep your head up and recite the essentials. Airway breathing, then respiration. Don't get bogged down in preparation. Go out, live life, be part of the scene. I'm so proud of you, class of 2016. Thank you.
And now the RN speaker, Stormy Hancock.
I didn't fall, so that was the first step. Before we start, my class would just really like to say thank you to Miss Hand and Miss Jackson. If you guys would come up for a minute, we have a little token of gratitude for you. Don't give us that look. My class wanted to shout out Miss Denise if she's watching the live stream video. Thank you for all you've done for us. You're wonderful. I know you're not here, but before we start, I'd like to start with a word of prayer. So if you guys would bow your heads with me. Dear God, I thank you so much for this opportunity to be this stressed about passing the NCLEX. Just kidding. But thank you so much for just giving us the opportunity to be here, God. We couldn't have done it without your strength that you've given us, Lord. I pray that you watch over all of my classmates and all of the LPN students, God. We've had such wonderful opportunities together. I thank you for giving us perseverance and a clear mind through clinical, God. I thank you for blessing us with the knowledge to pass the test, Lord. And I thank you for all the wonderful CCC staff that has gotten us through to this point. Thank you for everything that you are and that you do for us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Friends, loved ones, plus ones, and family, thank you so much for being here for us today. We're here to celebrate the last 2 years, and the lay term people might not understand, but we had to care plan every single patient that we have ever touched. So we're here to celebrate the last 2 years of social isolation, sleep pattern disturbances, altered nutrition, and anxiety related to being a nursing student. I remember the first day walking into our classroom with almost 40 other students, thinking, dang, these are my classmates. Later, I thought of you guys as colleagues, then friends, and today extended family. You kind of build that relationship really quick whenever you're comfortable saying, you grab the cheek and I'll wipe. The first day in skills lab was really intimidating. It caused tachycardia, tachypnea, and diaphoresis. I remember the instructors walking in with their fancy clipboards and their red pens that would soon bleed red ink all over my paper. I'm sure I'm not the only one. And the first nursey nurse task, I guess you could say, that we did was insert a catheter. I've never seen somebody be so excited to insert a catheter. And I'll never forget Miss Tyson saying, if you're in the clinical setting and you can't get it, just ask her to cough and the urethra will wink at you. I can honestly say that I've done that and it is not a comfortable conversation to have. And then, in real life, whenever you insert one, you go through the process and you think, wow, that did not look like the mannequin. I also remember the first day of clinical feeling super important, walking out with my blue pants, my white scrub top, and my one stripe. I strutted out of my house like John Travolta in like a 70s movie or something. The clinical day passes and you find yourself charting over lunch, and then you realize that you haven't peed since you left your house at 5 a.m. this morning. You feel overwhelmed and you're almost to tears. So after clinical, you debrief and everything. You walk out of your clinical rotation casually to your car, and your instructor tells you to have a nice night. So you turn around politely and say, thank you, but in real life, you know you're gonna go home and care plan for the next 5 hours, wanna throw your computer against the wall. And it's just not, you just say thanks, yeah, I'm gonna have a really good night, but you know what's really gonna happen. And so you get to your car, you strategically make sure that nobody's watching you, and then you just let the tears roll, you know, because you just had a crazy day. And you think about how NANDA, SMART goals, and evidence-based practice, and all these other things that you really aren't sure what are, but you have to look up, dictate your life. Now we know what all of those things are. Completely, I promise. We had to write lots of essays on them. Once the coast is clear, you always take a deep breath after you let the tears roll, and then you reflect on yourself throughout the day. And you think about how that one instructor called your care plan weak. And then you get home. I'm not going to say any names, but that was definitely Miss Jared. I can honestly say I've never had an instructor that's shaped me as much as Miss Jared did. And, you know, you're sad at that point, but then you go to your next clinical rotation and you get an A because They weren't mean, but they were definitely constructive criticism, you know, all that red ink on your paper that you're so sad about. You tell your family that you had a wonderful day. You nearly throw your computer against the wall completing all the care plans. And you realize that it's all going to be worth it. It's going to be okay. You're going to make it through the next 2 years. That definitely wasn't a personal experience or anything. Just, you know, I'm sure everybody has had those experiences. After you've been in nursing school for a while, you begin to self-diagnose yourself. I know my friends are really guilty of that, especially my nursing school friends. There was one time, after eating lunch and after class, we went to Thai City, and Abby started having a slight pain in her chest, and we were thinking, oh, it's just heartburn. No, she definitely was going to have a AAA rupture. You read all of these signs, symptoms, and you discuss them with all of your family, your classmates, you know, because you're self-diagnosing yourself, and then you finally come to the conclusion that you definitely don't have erectile dysfunction. After reading what I just wrote, I'm pretty sure all of us have hypochondria. As I stand here and reflect back on the insanity of the last 2 years, I'm reminded of all of the times that we've laughed ourselves into hypercapnia and cried ourselves hypoxic together. I want to thank you to our loved ones who have put up with our endless emotional outbursts. Physical assessments, I know I did them on all of my family, and they were pretty sick of it. I didn't do the catheter insertion on them though, so I guess you can say that's me. As my diaphoresis continues, we cannot forget to thank our wonderful instructors for being available to us PRN few times that we needed them. You have taught us what is going to help the patient the most and kill them the quickest. Virginia Henderson said, "Nursing is rooted from the needs of humanity and is founded on the ideal of service, and that the nurse is the temporary consciousness of the unconscious, the love of life for the suicidal, the leg of the amputee, the eyes of the newly blind, and means for locomotion for the infant, knowledge and confidence for the mother, and a mouthpiece of those too weak or withdrawn to speak. We are the mind, body, and soul for the future of nursing, and I could not have more confidence in this group. Whenever I think of my classmates, I think of the verse Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You guys have given me strength along with my family to pass nursing school, and you guys have a special place in my heart. And I can't cry because I don't have waterproof mascara on, but you guys are wonderful, and I love you all, and I wish you the best of luck.
All right, so now the reason you came today. Will the PN students come to receive their pins? Lindy Austin, Lucia Vermeer. Samantha Burkham Whistler, Ariel Christensen. Ashley Day, Stephanie Ellison. Tessa Garner, Lisa Gonzalez. Brandon Griffith, Michael Hawkins. Catherine Clipple, Kimberly Martinez. Andrea Montoya, Caitlin O'Connor. Way to go, Dre. Sarah Stujinsky, Shay Taylor. And Samantha Worth. And now the art graduates will come to receive their pins. So we do the art graduates just a little bit differently. Each student will come individually, and a sentiment has been recorded. So if you will please hold your applause until after the sentiment has played, because many of them have recorded some very special thoughts and feelings for their loved ones. Amber Acuna.
Thank you to my parents for helping me make my dreams come true. My beautiful daughter Arya for being patient and keeping me motivated. My cousin Marissa and my boyfriend James for always having faith in me. All my family and friends for believing in me and being here today. My teachers and my nursing girls. I couldn't have done it without you ladies.
Stephanie Delgado.
Thank you, Mom, Dad, and Jenny, for understanding how important this has been for me, but I don't think you'll understand how much your love, support, and encouragement means to me. I love you. As for my classmates, thanks for riding this roller coaster with me, and I wish nothing but success for each and every one of you.
Jordan Dimidove.
Mom, Dad, and Hunter, thank you for your constant support. I love you so much. Misha, this summer was so busy and hard. I'm so glad to have had you with me. I love you so much.
grace of God, I did it. Thank you, Mama and Cheney, for being the sunshine through the rain. My grandparents who believed in me more than I did myself. My friends who kept me sane, and the rest of my wonderful family who carried me when I couldn't carry myself. Erica, you're my person. Tay, I don't know how you lived with me. And to my wonderful instructors, I definitely don't feel like you're out to get me anymore.
Jessica Jamerson.
Thank you to my parents who raised me to be a caring, strong, independent woman, able to accomplish anything I set my mind to. Thank you to my boyfriend Gabriel for instilling in me self-confidence, and my dad and myself for always putting a smile on my face. Thank you to all my loving friends and family who have supported and encouraged me throughout, and to all my nursing girls and teachers, I wouldn't be here without you. We made it!
Erin Mara.
Nursing school has been a tough and rewarding journey. Thank you, instructors, for the endless knowledge you have instilled in me. Thank you to my son Patrick, who has been my light in my darkest moments. To my grandma Betty, who has pushed me to strive for greatness. Lastly, to my dad Mark for being my #1 supporter, cheerleader, and my rock throughout this journey. I love you all.
Erica Rivers.
I am thankful to God for helping me throughout this journey. To my grandma and Aunt Sherry for inspiring me. To my mom and dad who gave me strength. To Stormy for being my person. To Johnny, Joshua, and Julissa for being my rock. And to all my family, you all hold a special place in my heart. Thank you for your unwilling support. I love you all.
Abigail Rocket.
It takes a special person to care for others, and I'm honored to be going into the nursing profession. Thank you to my family for their love and support, and a special thank you to my instructors and the ladies here with me today. I couldn't have done it without them. Congrats, guys, we did it.
Hannah Selby.
Thank you to my husband, Chris, for your unwavering support and faith in me. Truly, I'm so blessed to be your wife. I love you. Thank you, Lord, for blessing me with a heart for nursing and guiding me through these last 2 years. Thank you to my family for teaching me what it means to love God and love people. Thank you to my instructors and my nursing girls. You inspire me to be the best nurse I can be.
Miriam Tompkins.
Joe, thank you for being there for me through the last 2 years. I know it was difficult for both of us at times. I couldn't have done it without you. I love you.
Molly Williamson.
Dad and Wayne, thank you for always believing in me. Mom, you're my inspiration and my biggest cheerleader. I love you. Preston and Paisley, all of this is for you. Love you to the moon. Barrett, I couldn't have done any of this without you. You're the best part of me. I love you most.
At this time, I would like to thank all of the family and friends because we know that the graduates would not be here today without all of your support. So graduates, I think that we need to give the family and friends a round of applause. At this time, the PN students will come to recite their pledge.
I solemnly pledge to adhere to the
students will come to recite their pledge. I would like to leave you with a quote before we leave today. Were there none who were discontented with what they have, the world would never reach anything better, by Florence Nightingale. We know that you have a choice as to where you want to get your education, and on behalf of Clovis Community College and the nursing program, I want to thank each and every one of you for choosing our program. Of course, I'm biased. I do think we're the best program in the state. But in saying all of that, we know that each of you have the knowledge to go out and do what you need to do. As I gave you my lecture yesterday before you left, you have the knowledge, you have the tools, and you just have to go and succeed. And the twos, we will see you back on August 22nd, right? Okay. We have refreshments at the back. We will be exiting, and I just ask if you would just please remain standing until all the graduates have left. Thank you again for coming today.